Hello YouTube, so I'm Cindy Ventura and I'll be showing you how I make my Portuguese style vegetarian friendly rice. Now some of the ingredients that you're going to need are of course rice, not instant rice, parsley, a small onion, half a cup of peas, 3 cloves of garlic, can opener, tomato paste, olive oil, the pan, cutting board, and piri piri, which is Portuguese hot sauce. First we're going to have to cut up the onion and we're going to have to put it in the pan. So I cut off the ends and cut off the first few layers of skin, which are usually not good to eat. So put that on the side. And I cut it in half. And then after I just dice it. Now usually when I make my Portuguese rice, I make it with a chicken stock, or beef stock or whatnot. But since I'll be eating this with family member that's vegetarian, I'm going to make it vegetarian friendly version. And the best way to do that is to give it as much flavor to the rice dish as possible. And you do that by adding the tomato paste, by adding the piri piri sauce, and a lot of veggies. You could add way more vegetables. You can add some carrots, you can add some green onions, peas, oh I'm already adding peas, peppers, whatever you like, but I only have peas and onions, so that's what I'm using. So actually I think it's going to be too much onion, so that's about as much onion as I have. I didn't use all of it. And now I'm going to cut up my garlic, and I'm going to use my garlic press to get it cut up, that way I don't smell I have enough garlic. I'm going to add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. About that much. And I'm going to add 5 to 10 squirts of the piri piri sauce. Now because it's vegetarian, you gotta have the flavors from somewhere else, so we like it making it really spicy. I have about 7 squirts of that. Mix it up and we're going to saute it. So I've been sauteing the onion mixture for about 2 minutes. And you could use another minute or so, but I think it's alright. I'm going to show you what it looks like up close. So see, a few more moments would have been great, but it's fine the way it is. So now I'm going to add about 3 cups of water, so that's 2 there, and actually make it 2.5. Seems to be good. Oops. 2.5 cups of water. I'm going to add my 1 cup of rice, half a cup of peas, and salt, maybe about like half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper. Just mix it up. And now I'm going to add my tomatoes, my tomato paste. Now you could add dehydrated tomatoes, would be pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to add about half of the small can tomato paste, and I might end up using all of it depending on the color. Let's see what it looks like after I mix it. I think it's getting to the color I want it to be. And if it was the summertime, I'd add some freshly cut tomatoes from my garden, but since it's not, I'll just stick with tomato paste. This is a really nice side dish to have with like grilled chicken or any grilled meat, even with a fish. But as I said, this is a vegetarian one. So there's no chicken stock. Just plain water and lots of spices. So, look at that. I think I might add one more tablespoon of the tomato paste. That too. Let's get it to the color that I want it to be. Kind of like a rosé color. Keep on mixing it until it completely dissolves. Now I'm going to put the temperature on high so it can go to a rolling boil, which means it boils to the point where no matter how much you mix it, the bubbles don't go away. And then after that, I'm going to put a lid on it and let it sit for 5 minutes until you can see the rice. Now the trick is to not overcooking your rice, is to cook it halfway what you think it would be cooked. And then after, you turn it off completely and you let it cook in its own heat. That's the best way to do it. And if you ever think, oh goodness, I overcooked it or whatnot, just turn it off, remove it from a pan, and put it in a cold pan. And that will help stop the cooking process, and hopefully you'll save your batch of rice. So, oh, I almost forgot parsley. I like putting about maybe a tablespoon and a half of parsley. I really like parsley. And I'll get back to you when this is pretty much cooked up. So we are now at the rolling boil point. So you have to use your wooden spoon. Look at it. I'm going to put it actually lower before I burn myself on low. So you have to make sure you mix from the bottom and slowly mix it. So I would say, looking at it, let me just bring it a tad bit closer. Looking at the rice, it's at that point where it's halfway cooked. So I eat it, it's going to still be raw, it's going to be hard in the middle, but it's soft on the outside. So actually I can just go ahead and turn it all the way off. Keep on mixing it. Ooh, I burnt myself a little. Keep on mixing it. And what I'll do now is just grab the lid, put the lid on, put it off the heat, and let it sit for a good 5 minutes. And something I didn't mention, so it's been cooking for, I would say a good 7 minutes. It was cooking when it got to that stage. I was in the same room, but I would just mix it every so often, every minute or so. And yeah, so we're gonna let it sit, and when it's ready to be dished out, I'll show you what it looks like and we'll give it a taste. Okay. So it's been 5 minutes since we left the rice to cook on its own. So let's take a look at it. So to me, this is perfect. Exactly how I want it. So now I'm gonna have some lunch, and I'm gonna put some of the rice on the plate and see how it tastes. Just a bit. So look at that. It's so delicious. And don't forget, you could use less onion, more vegetables, anything you have in the fridge, really. It needs a little more salt, but besides that, it's delicious. So this is Eva Ventura eating her lunch, her delicious vegetarian friendly tomato rice, Portuguese style. Thank you for watching, and comment below, and until next time, YouTube.